Hello.
Welcome back to the Brave and the Boys podcast featuring your favorite Jordan
Oh,
and
I thought I was the favorite Jake.
no, the person whose name begins with J is the favorite.
Ooh, so Jay.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I guess both of our names are Jay.
Technically,
Hello, it's me, your favorite, your second favorite, depending on who you are.
I guess if you're some of our fans like Isabel, I think
Or
I
my
would be the
mom.
favorite, or your
Yeah,
mom,
yes, or my mom.
or your
She,
mom.
she was like, Jordan seems like a nice boy. He's my favorite.
I've hugged your mom. I think I've hugged your mom multiple times,
I know, my mom's a hugger.
and I promise that's not an insult.
Yes. Oh yeah, dude, I hugged your mom.
I hugged your mom.
She's a nice lady.
She's very nice. Okay.
Yes, shouts out to Donna. Um, Speaking of which, I forgot to shout out our topic last week, who suggested our topic, and she was upset. So shout out to Lupe for coming up with last week's topic for entry points for comics.
Lupe and Jordan? What?
Lupe also said that you were her favorite.
Thank you, Lupin. See, now you're my second favorite fan. No, yeah, probably third. I don't
No,
know.
it
I
goes
have
Isabel,
I
it
have
goes
Isabel.
Isabel,
Yeah.
Paul, my mom, Lupe for
Oh,
you.
that's it. You know what? You got it.
Yeah.
That's the exact.
So if you
so,
are a fan of us,
so
remember to
stupid.
like, comment, subscribe, and smash that like button.
And then maybe you'll go on the ranking.
Yes, and we'll shout you out because it's magical when we say your name.
Listen, I think we could say like 23 names. Is that how many subs we have now?
Are we up to 23?
I think so. Hold on.
Hey.
I'll be checking that right now.
Checking those analytics right now.
Jake, we're
Um,
at 26 subs.
what the fuck? Really?
Yeah. Who's watching us?
I don't know.
Who's watching us that doesn't know us personally?
I don't know, man. I think we got a couple guys on the Omnibus Reddit.
Cool.
Um, Maybe sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I have no clue who's watching us. Like I get giving us a pity watch. Like episode 5 got big, so I figure like that's the episode a lot of my friends like were like, yeah, I'll check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know we got some steady fans that watch every week, which is super supportive and awesome, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, who's legitimately watching us that doesn't know us? I would love to know. If you are someone that legitimately doesn't know who we are, post in the comment below, and maybe I'll send you a trade or something.
Wow, so generous with the trades, Jake.
I just don't have space right now.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, I have all my omnibuses on the shelf, and then I have trades like below the
Uh,
couch.
I think I need to start doing that because the bookshelf's getting full again.
Yeah,
I cleaned it up, got rid of a couple of things, removed some stuff over. Um, I have maybe like a foot and a half of space left, which is like two omnis basically.
yeah.
So
Um,
we'll figure it out.
or one box set.
Or one box set, the Infinite Crisis box set.
I want the Blackest Night, Brightest Day box set.
Or what about the X-Men box set?
That's when Near Mint jumps on and he's like, X-Men.
X-Men. That's our segue to Near Mint being on our podcast.
Yes, Near Mint's gonna be on next week. I am calling out of work.
Is it next week or is it in 2 weeks?
I thought it was next week.
Next week's the week of the 13th, buddy.
Oh, okay, then in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. Let's see if this podcast can make it till then.
Yes. We have got to do some prep work. I don't want him to come on like this.
You mean how, like, 10 minutes before we started recording, we just said, like, oh yeah, we should talk about that stuff.
Yeah, I have been so busy this week. In my defense, it's finals week,
Mm,
and I just got back from vacation.
Damn, vacation before finals week?
Yes, I actually bombed my math final. I thought about calling you to cheat,
I mean, you could have.
but I had to go to work.
Mm.
If I didn't have to go to work, I would have called you to cheat. But I had an A in the class all semester. I got a 50 on the final, and now I have a B in the class.
Ah, you're fine.
I'm fine. It's
Fine.
fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Um, so I have my last final today after this podcast.
Cool. What's it on?
Accounting 2. Electric Boogaloo.
The yeah. That sounds invigorating.
Yes. It'll definitely be, for those of you that know, a Chegg final.
Not even I know that. I know the website Chegg.
So Chegg has a website where they give homework help.
Ah, I
Answers.
see. I see.
and I have a lazy professor,
Oh, so it's like a Quizlet final.
basically. But
Got it.
it might not be the exact stuff,
Hmm.
but it'll be like the order that you do the stuff in.
Okay.
So I haven't opened my accounting textbook in a semester.
See, I've done that too before for certain classes where they're like, "Oh, you have to read the book to understand this information,"
Yeah,
and then you just
you
look at the
don't.
slides and you're like, "I'm good.
You'll be
You'll be
fine.
fine.
Can we make stickers that say "You'll be fine" or "It's
It's fine."
fine"?
Yes, I just need at least 3 eyes in there.
Yeah, we
Oh
should
my,
make
is that our?
merch.
I was gonna say, is that our first merch?
Hell yeah.
So a shirt that has the logo that's being created,
Ooh,
and then a sticker that says "It's fine."
I feel like I don't know how we're gonna digitalize it. Should I just give her like my extra iPad to like draw the art digitally, or like do we just scan it?
Yeah, I mean, almost all printers have scanners built in.
And I work at a FedEx
Wow, so you get that high res photos.
for free.
Cool, that's smart. Oh, so yeah, as a heads up, so all of our 26 subscribers will be having a little bit nicer quality photo for our, was it our icon or
Yeah,
something?
our is it AVI or is that's Twitter?
Dude, I don't even know.
Guess we'll use it on Twitter. Our profile pic
Yes, our PFP.
and our banner.
And possibly an intro song.
Hopefully soon. Hopefully Kid Peso can make that intro. Or I mean, he has like 100 songs that he just has in his trash can. I'm sure he's got a beat for us.
Just in the chat, he's like, "Yeah, it's not good enough for me, but it's good enough for them."
Somewhere, yeah. If you guys want to know the vibe, we sent him steak and salad or salad and fish or what the fuck that song called?
Are you talking about the Frasier song?
Yeah, it has a name.
Tossed salad and scrambled eggs.
Yeah. So Sam is gonna toss our salad
Yeah.
and that sounds so dirty. Like I toss your salad and then I sleep over and we have eggs the next day.
He doesn't say toss your salad. And also, I do have a funny joke to say about tossing salads later.
Okay. Later. Why can't I hear it now?
Because we're not finished with your thought yet.
Oh, and the Super Friends intro and the hustle.
And the
Those are
hustle.
the that's the mood board we sent him.
So hopefully he could accommodate all three of those and
Yeah, and
create
the
some
X-Men
kind of
intro.
intro. Oh, and the X-Men intro, because that shit goes hard.
It does go hard. I don't know how it's like it goes harder than the animated series intro. Like the Batman one.
True. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. So,
Oh, they're both so good.
as far as it goes, uh, I think I've told you the story before at work previously. My new assistant sales manager, so like second to the top guy, he was eating a salad in the break room. He talked on the mic with his mouth full, and I politely asked him over the microphone, "Derek, did you at least toss the salad first?" And I got majority of the store to laugh, and luckily, no write-ups.
Yes.
So,
Because that was around the time when Best Buy was getting super HR happy.
oh yeah, everyone had just had their meeting for HR with the GM. I was omitted from that meeting for some reason.
Yes, because your file was too big.
Oh, is that I needed the specialty meeting?
Yeah.
I needed the 3 hour long one, not the hour
Yeah, they
long.
didn't have enough people to carry your folders.
Oh, that's what it was.
Jordan is filthy. For those of you that think I might be the
No,
filthy
I'm
one,
not
Jordan
though.
is a cochina sucio.
You still don't know how to say
Cochino.
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 Yeah, they say cochina to you. So,
No.
uh-huh.
Um.
So to get
Oh,
into today.
I spoke Spanish to a customer a couple days ago. He was trying to wait for like someone that spoke Spanish, and
Okay.
I said like un momento, and I was like I like pointed to the bathroom and I was like baño, like she's in the bathroom, so I felt good.
Dame un momento. Ella está en el baño.
I didn't get like that with it.
Oh, you can
Okay,
you
let's
can you
dive
can
in,
learn a little
guys.
bit. Okay, cool.
We have a special treat for you.
Mm-hmm.
I ordered some things, and guess what? I
What?
waited to open them so we could do an unboxing video.
You have more patience than I do. I can't wait.
Yes. So let's dive right in. I won't keep you in suspense too long. Let me see if I can reach it. There we go. Can't do that thing where you make fun of me without my headphones on.
I don't make fun of you. I enjoy.
This one comes from Amazon, so my book is probably fucked up.
Oh yeah, dented on the corners. bent
Okay.
spine.
Jordan does not know what this is. Do you have a guess? What does it look like to you?
Something that wide, that has to be an absolute.
Okay. What's your guess?
Oh my god, I don't even know what absolutes are out right now. Uh, Something from Batman.
Ooh, I'm really trying to get the Black Mirror Absolute at a fair price, but
Yeah,
so
Black
far I've been
Mirror.
unlucky.
So is this your first? Is this your first opening?
Yes, it is.
Cool. So we'll satisfyingly watch Jake scissor the box, and
Dude, there was fucking one time I bought an expensive like $100 Funko Pop. Um, it was Steve Harrington with the bat. It was like a Comic Con exclusive, so
mm-hmm.
it was like expensive. But at the time, it was the only Steve Harrington Funko Pop. And I take the box cutter and I go like this, and I open it up and I slashed open the box of the Funko. And then I had to like tell Amazon that it arrived broken. I've stolen
you
so much shit from Amazon.
you dirty dog, you.
God damn it! It's inside another box.
A box. Oh, so I'm wrong. It's not an absolute because that box was ginormous. Oh fuck me, I could still be right. All right, let's see. Pop them open. Oh wow, you bought Overture.
Sandman Overture
So does that mean the only one you're missing now is Death?
and five.
And 5.
But five isn't the main story. Sandman is told in 4 volumes. This is the and then five is like extra stories. Death is one extra miniseries and then reprints of the previous absolutes. They cheated.
Mm-hmm. They
Um,
cheated.
Overture is a prequel, but like
Mm-hmm.
you have to read the other ones first to understand it. And it has art by J.H. Williams III, who is supposed to be one of the greatest artists ever.
Okay.
Like he does these beautiful paintings. He looks amazing. But a little story about why I bought this. They recently released the cast list for the Sandman Netflix show,
Mm-hmm.
and surprise, surprise, there's huge uproar because Brienne of Tarth is playing Lucifer.
Okay.
Um, and they chose a black actress for Death. Look at that J.H. Williams art. That's J.H. Williams, right? He did Batgirl. Yeah, there we
Mm-hmm.
go.
It looks really
Um,
good.
yeah, dude, he's an awesome artist. Like a lot of people talk about how he's like one of the best artists.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and there's a lot of outcry because Death is played by a black actress. But the whole point of the character of Death is that like she's a form that's comfortable and familiar to you.
Mm-hmm.
And she's not white. She has like pale, ghostly skin in some of her forms, but that's just how Morpheus sees her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but someone wrote an essay that Neil Gaiman retweeted about all kind of all the arguments about why Death shouldn't be played by a black actress and kind of dispelling them.
Mm-hmm.
And in one of them, I guess in Overture, she appears as like a fungus, like a mushroom, to somebody, because I guess to somebody that's like their comforting form. And I'm like, okay, if she, I got to see this. I got to see Death
As a
master,
mushroom.
as a mystical, magical fungus mushroom drawn by J.H. Williams. So
Okay.
I bought it and I was happy, and it was a fun purchase. So I can't wait. And I'm rereading Sandman. I realized I didn't finish 2, so I'm reading 2 right now, and it's fucking dense.
Yeah. I've been on that kick of reading dense comic books, so I finished Christ on Infinite Earths myself.
Ooh, can't wait to talk about it after I open up my second box.
All
Do
right,
you know what
go
my
for
second
it.
one is? I feel like you know what this one is.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I've filled my memory with comics within the last week. I have no idea. Is it the Cape Crusader?
In this box,
That's a thick boy box.
this is how you box a comic book. This is in stock trades.
Fuck, I'm still waiting on my Alien Omnibus from Cheap Graphic Novels. Because they're taking a while since it's a special order item.
Is it really?
Allegedly. Let's see.
Look at that bubble wrap. There was no bubble wrap in my Amazon one.
Nah. Books? They don't need bubble wrap. Oh. Is that a Tomasi book?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I know which one. Whip it out. Do it.
That's our 100 subscriber special when I whip it up.
I thought we said 50 was when we do a naked.
Oh, dude, I just got shocked from my fucking headphones.
Static shock. Show it off. Oh, that
Come
paper.
on.
You gotta unwrap it. Or show
Hit
the
on
spine.
Christmas. Look at this.
Dude, if this was a Mexican household, they'd be like, look, you got two gifts. You had to open the box, then you had to open the book. God, every fucking year I hear that tamale joke. What?
I fucking hate tamales unless someone unwraps it for me and puts it between like what's it called, like Julios or the fucking bread's called.
You eat tamale? Never mind.
Every time I tell someone I don't like tamales, they're like, "You just haven't had good tamales. I'll show you good tamales." And I'm like, I just don't like food that takes an extra step to eat. Like, if I got to deshell something or eat around a bone or like peel an orange, anything that has an extra step,
what if
I don't like.
what if I serve you tamales that are already unwrapped?
If it's between the bread thing, I don't mind them.
Why do you eat it between the bread?
Because bread stank, but I'll eat it without the bread. Fine.
Dude,
I
it's like 90% masa.
yeah, I feel like you got to work so hard for barely anything.
Oh
But look at this,
wow.
Superman by Peter Tomasi.
I don't know, Jake. You worked hard to take that
Beautiful.
book out.
Look at that cute. Look at that. Look at that family right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
With
so
crypto.
excited. I this will go perfectly with the Super Sons Omnibus. That's the sequel to this.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a good parallel to Batman and Son, which is
Mm-hmm.
also written by the same one. So I posted a photo of all three of them next to each other, and they look fucking perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It got both Peter Tomasi and Patrick Gleason to like it, which is always fun when a comic book creator likes my selfies or calls me a dork or something.
All right, Tom King.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Nerd.
But no, I'm very excited. This was actually my most hyped up omnibus for the entire year.
Cool.
And I own the trades somewhere, so
Yeah.
maybe I can do a giveaway if someone's interested.
All right.
Just post a comment or something. I really want to share comics. I got the
Mm-hmm.
first reviews back for Up in the Sky. I got to get Paul his book, so I'll probably drop it off tomorrow.
Cool.
And yeah, that is what I got. Let's take it over, Jordan.
Awesome. So I'll flip on over to mine. I didn't want to be as extravagant and hold the books up like normal, so I decided to take the easy way out. I just have the titles for all my books pulled up here. So the first book that I got this week is something that I had to have gotten um, eventually down the line, which is Batman by Scott Snyder, the omnibus. Reason why I got that book is because I needed Greg Capullo's art in oversized format. I had just finished the trades, the paperbacks, within what last year I think, or the year before, and yeah, it's definitely an upgrade that was worth it. And I ended up giving my trades off to Isabel so that she
Did
could read it.
Did you get gifted trades for Christmas one year that you already owned?
One, and I will omit that for the time being. So yeah,
I just meant you have an extra that you could give away.
I may have an extra. I need to look for it. I think it's somewhere. I think it's in my shelf or my sister's shelf.
That wasn't a slam on anybody. It is incredibly thoughtful whenever anyone buys anyone a comic book. It's just hard to buy someone something from their hobby.
Mm-hmm. So that is the first one that I purchased. I ended up buying 4 books this week.
You'll have to
Uh,
show off the spine. For those of you that aren't aware, because you guys aren't comic book fans, there was a lot of controversy with that omnibus that Jordan purchased.
mm-hmm.
The very first original of it had the worst binding. A binding is when you open up the book, does it stay open, or how clean does it stay open? They
Mm-hmm.
have since fixed that. So we should do a binding off and see whose is worse.
Let's take a picture and maybe we'll post it on our Twitter.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can do like a little poll and people say which binding looks sexier, which
Mm-hmm.
eye is bigger.
Brother's Eye is always the biggest one. Throwback to the comics I'm fucking reading right now. So that's book number 1. Book number 2 was to complete the set because I had purchased 3 and 5 since 5 was out of print already, which is Batman Deluxe Edition Book 4.
Ooh, okay.
I've been needing to purchase these for a while, so I had bought 1 and 2. Randomly, I purchased 3, and I went, fuck it, they'll stay in print. Little to know that 5 never got a reprinting, so it went out of print. Isabel was fucking amazing, and she found that Barnes and Nobles had like a few copies of 5 Deluxe left. Bought it up. That left a gap between 3 and 4, 3 and 5. So finally completed it.
I would say love it. Couple questions. Do you think they'll continue it?
If they don't, I'd be upset.
Okay. Second question. How do you feel about the have you seen the difference in quality between 4 and 5 versus 1 through 3?
Yes. So I flipped through the pages just because I like looking at random art sometimes. Um, there is a huge difference in quality.
Yeah.
Um, 1, 2, and 3 is on this like really nice heavy duty glossy paper,
Yep. Colors
and
look amazing.
the colors look phenomenal. 5 is on just like it's almost like
Matte.
newspaper print, yeah.
It's
But
yeah, it's matte.
but it's not just it's matte. It's also like really cheap paper.
And thin, yeah.
Yeah.
Four is the same way.
So, um, it's okay. I mean, it helps bold the colors more since they're not
There's
reflective. But
yeah, there's no glare if you're reading with a light on.
yeah, but I definitely prefer having the glossy paper. Uh, it's kind of shitty that it's still the same price as the other ones.
Yeah.
I guess because it collects around the same amount of material, but they've dropped
Yeah.
off on the quality of it.
Two more questions. One, I don't know if the next one coming out is actually number 6 because the
It's
way they
not.
market it is it is technically the next one, but it also contains like the other bullshit that they did together, like the Elmer Fudd stuff. So are they continuing it? I don't
I
know.
I I hope so because yeah, the next one that's coming out or is out is the deluxe edition of Tom King and Lee Weeks,
Lee Weeks, yeah.
which it basically is like a Weeks collected edition. It's kind of like anything that they wrote and drew together is in it, which
Yeah.
it's not. I don't think anything that's in that book hasn't already been published except for the Elmer Fudd comic.
I thought the I thought 6 also include like the whatever the arc was where it's like 12 Angry Men but about Batman and Mr. Freeze.
You know what? I'll double check because
I think it's called Cold
I
Days.
was gonna say I think it's just Cold Days, which I believe is in 5 already.
Okay, check on that for me. Let me know. I actually really enjoyed Cold Days. The whole storyline is Batman is angry post being stood up at the altar, and this girl gets murdered with ice. So Batman's like, it's Mr. Freeze, and he beats the shit out of him, and he sends him to jail, and it's his trial, and Batman realizes he made a mistake, but everyone thinks it's Mr. Freeze. So Bruce Wayne uses his pull and his money to get on the jury, and it's basically just 12 angry men, but he has to convince people that there's a chance that Batman is not perfect, that Batman can make a mistake.
Yeah, which I'm also looking it up just as a heads up to see when or what books they collect. Let's see. Because yes, it does collect Cold Days. Do you remember what issue that ends at? Is it 59, something like that?
Yeah, it wasn't very very long, but it was like right post wedding.
And then book 5 collects 58 through 69.
Okay, so it's probably already been collected in 5, right? Because like 5, because 4 collects up to the wedding, right?
4 collects the wedding.
And then 5, like, is 5 nightmares?
5, yeah, 5 is basically Nightmares.
Okay,
It's basically the entirety of it, which the
which
last
was the most depressing
it
6
is.
months of my entire life. Tom King's works are not meant to be read week to week, and I love Tom King. There's a comic book coming out next week that I suggest everybody read week to week. So I'm going to take back what I said. His Supergirl comic I think is going to change the game next week. But yeah, Nightmares was 6 months of nothing happening.
I remember when that was coming out.
Yeah.
I think that was around the time where I was jumping back into buying week to week Batman.
Yeah.
And that was a rough
bad
arc.
time.
Yeah, that was a rough arc to start
rough
at.
time.
Especially because you had to have known how Batman even ended up in the dream sequence.
Well, you don't even know. You don't know until the end. It doesn't. There's nothing that like foreshadows it out of nowhere. There's just these weird one-off stories.
So yeah, it was super confusing, but I got through it.
Yes.
Cool. So that's book number 2. I still have 2 more books to show, and I'll probably go through them real quick. Book number 3 is one that is from the current series from Batman, which is Batman: The Dark Designs.
Nice.
So this is the current run on Batman. This is book 1 of I think 3 is coming out right now.
Have you bought book two yet?
I have not.
Okay. Don't make my mistake. Don't buy book two. Buy the Joker War version of it. It's
Yeah,
like what they did with Endgame, kind of. Not Endgame, the Marvel movie, but
Endgame, the Joker book. Yes,
yeah,
cool. So yeah, that one, Dark Design, current run, James Tynion the fourth.
so good, dude. So refreshing.
I've read the first couple issues because I have them as single issues, and then I stopped buying comics again,
Yeah,
or stopped buying individual issues.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, it was good from the beginning. I mean, with the whole Deathstroke mini arc that they had there for the assassins, uh, super cool.
yeah.
And
Super interesting.
now this book is the last book that I bought this week. It is my absolute favorite from the bunch.
Is it
I've been
absolute?
it, no, I
Oh,
wish they
my
need
bad.
to collect these.
Thought he was teasing us.
So I looked back and I checked to see when book two had came out, and it actually turns out it came out in 2015. I've been waiting for this book to come out for about 6 years now, and it finally has. It's pretty good. It lives up to the hype. I read it immediately as soon as I received it. It is Batman Earth One Volume 3,
Oh, I feel like music should kick in.
which also inspired me to get the background that we see here, because you can kind of tell it's in the same style of like a cave painting bats, which is what the background is for book 3.
I like it.
Um,
Is
yeah,
that Gary Frank art?
that is, yes, actually, I believe it is Gary Frank. Yeah,
That guy takes forever to draw.
listen, I'm pretty sure Jeff Johns had this book done maybe like 4 years ago, and
Oh,
it's just
100%.
taken 4 years for Gary Frank to draw everything.
Gary Frank's art is second to none.
Yeah.
But like what he did with Doomsday Clock, and I don't know how much was editorial changes
Mm-hmm.
or how much was other things behind the scenes. But when you would be waiting like 4 or 5 months to come out, and I know that they always say in the long run, when you're reading a collected book, you don't remember the delays.
Mm-hmm.
But for that story in particular, when it was supposed to be what changed everything and everything was leading up to it, and then you felt like everything else happening in comics at the time were just treading water until Doomsday Clock was done, and
Mm-hmm.
then for it to take so long that nothing even mattered or happened by the end of it,
Yeah.
so discouraging. But Jesus Christ, he's a good artist.
Which, in all honesty, I think that's why how we're talking about Nightmares, the story arc for Batman. I feel like that was part of it.
Yeah.
Was they needed more filler because
Tom King always said he wanted 100 issues.
you know what, he did say that, so it is possible this was pre-planned. Doomsday Clock was a comic book that was supposed to be like the new or the ending to Rebirth,
Mhm.
which was a comic period from 2016 to like 2019. Um, and it took 2 years for Doomsday Clock to come out when it should have only taken 1 year, or it was planned for a year.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, Jeff Johns, Gary Frank, fucking awesome team, one of the best out there. They originally created the Earth One, or they're the second book to come out for Earth One. The first book was Superman. Um, dude, fucking awesome. I knew this book was gonna come in on the 8th, so in the morning I read the first volume, in the afternoon I read the second, and when I got this book in the evening, I read the third. They line up so fucking awesomely, and it definitely sets up for a new book to come out. So the
In 10 years.
it possibly just because I'll say the title, um, if the book 4 is not called The Outsiders Volume 1, I'd be a little disappointed.
Jordan will shave his mustache, is what he's saying.
I do that typically once a week. It just grows in. It's not even a mustache. It's just like shadows. So, yeah, fucking awesome book. Sets up events for the whole Bat family to appear now. Um, I'm not gonna really spoil anything besides that the outsiders are a thing, which I think everyone kind of knew
What's that
eventually.
like Signal and Katana?
So it's actually a different team. I can't say all of them without being spoilers, but of course you have like Batgirl on the team. You have Robin. Yeah, a random one, which it's not a spoiler. You have Ragman on the team.
Okay, nice. Yeah, he's always sometimes
Yeah,
adjacent to a vigilante.
yeah. As a heads up to non-comic book readers, Ragman is a like obscure DC character who collects evil people into his own rags, which he could then use their power to like do good, so it helps them like become good or
Did
saves
you
their
ever
soul. It's weird.
did you ever watch Arrow?
A couple episodes of the first
Dude,
season.
they did the darkest Ragman arc.
Oh, okay. So Ragman's in other mediums. So
Yeah,
people,
he's in Arrow, man. He's in the Arrowverse, and
I
he has
wouldn't fucking
handled
know.
like his story is so unbelievably fucked up. In like 5 seconds or less, I'll say it. Like a nuke gets launched, and it's gonna hit Star City and kill a fuck ton of people. So
Mm-hmm.
the computer girl Felicity like uses her hacking powers to change the target of the nuke to hit a small town instead, still nuking a small town
Sure.
and like killing tons of people, but like
Mm-hmm.
infinitely less than would have happened if it hit Star City.
Okay.
So Ragman's dad tells him that he's Ragman, puts him in the rag so he can survive the nuclear blast. And then he comes to Star City to be a hero and joins the team, unbeknownst to the fact that like they're the cause of like his entire town being nuked.
Cool. Cool. Yeah. Just as dark as Arrow versus. Sure.
And as good as the CW is,
Dude. Can okay. So we
DCTV is
finished.
so much better now than the CW.
So we finished going over like shit that we bought. I need to
Yeah.
go over a couple things that I read
Okay.
because I've hoarded this information for like the last week.
Okay.
I've gone
You
through
have the
and
floor. Just go for it. Just word vomit.
I've gone
Unloading
through and
me.
I read Crisis on Infinite Earths. I finished it. Took
Hell yeah.
fucking forever because that book is dense as dicks. It was good though. I loved it. I thought it was phenomenal. Definitely, it's a reboot for the entire universe. They smash all the worlds into one world. They kill off a shit ton of characters.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, as far as art wise goes, I know I said it previously. George Perez art, it's good, but I
Which I
my thought
disagree with. I think
process.
it's great.
So, I was gonna say it's good, but in oversized format, like it's not truly deserved. I kind of take it back a little bit. His individual pencils for like one or two characters is okay when they're on a big broad, just because he'll like do very basic drawings for them.
Yeah.
But when he's drawing like entire panels or page worths of art, that's
Yeah.
fucking amazing and beautiful. Um,
And it's hard. They're like, hey, like he was getting these scripts where it's like there's 1,000 characters on this page.
yes, like randomly you'll just see like 30 characters on a single page, and you go, "How the fuck is he doing it?"
Yes.
But yeah, Crisis on Infinite is fucking awesome. Great, loved it. You have to know definitely quite a bit of DC backstory in order to understand it,
Or just watch our podcast episode.
or watch a podcast, or maybe we'll do a sit down and we'll talk about just the one book in one whole episode, which would be cool.
We'll get George Prez on so you can
Oh, is
tell him
that
that you
what
don't
we'll
like his art.
do? I like his art.
We'll
Listen,
have him explain himself.
I like his art in the later years because I've seen his art for Marvel's Infinity Gauntlet. I think that is better drawn than Crisis on Infinite Earths. But I digress. Uh, After that, then I read all the Earth One Batman comics, which art for that is fucking awesome. Like we said, Gary Frank, amazing artist. I don't know why they haven't done some kind of like oversized edition of it. There's definitely enough material. Each
Can
book
you
is like 150 pages.
can you Google for me real fast? Did he do Three Jokers, or was that a different artist?
There's a different artist that is fucking Fav
Oh,
something.
Jason Fabro.
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
Okay.
That's Jason Fabro, who worked with Jeff Johns for Three Jokers.
Okay, just a
Which,
quick question. So,
which, yeah,
nothing. I just Three Jokers really grew on me like after a year of reading it.
dude, same. Like I think Three Jokers is better than what I originally thought when I first read it. It kind of felt like a throwaway comic.
Yeah, it felt pointless. And then I waited a year of not liking it. Then I watched Sal's back issues on it,
Yes, that's how I.
and
Yeah.
then I went back and reread it, and I changed my opinion completely.
Dude, fucking same. Um, I know. I think I've brought it up maybe a couple times over the podcast. Watch Comic Pop. Watch back issues on Comic Pop. It's
And Comic Pop returns their new channel.
Yes, and Comic Pop returns. All 26 subs from us should subscribe to them.
I tweeted at Comic Pop the other day, and I was because like I was kind of having like a tough couple weeks, and like for like a week straight, all I did was watch back issues,
Mm-hmm.
and like I would like fall asleep to it. I would wake up and get ready for work to it. I would do it on my lunch break. Like I freaking did a week straight of just like back issues, if not maybe 2 weeks. And I tweeted him. I was like, "Look, man, this has been incredibly helpful to me these past like hard couple weeks." And he was like, "Dude, I love that. Thank you so much. Like, I hope everything gets better. Like, have a great day."
Mm-hmm.
And then he just had Tom King on as a guest, and it was a tremendous podcast.
Yeah. The fucking Comic Pop, Ethan Self, all of them. They're awesome.
Because this guy had the balls to say he didn't like Tom King's Batman, and then become friends with Tom King.
Dude, he's like honest as fuck for comic books, and I strive to be like him instead of just being like, oh, I love every author, I love every artist.
Is that why you shit on George Perez?
Listen, I'm giving my honest opinion.
Okay.
Now, if we're gonna shit on an artist, it would be Ramita Jr.
Yes.
I like some of his OG art from Spider-Man, but later art, especially when it came to like Tom King's books, I confused every single one of his characters.
Did Ramita Jr. do Dark Knight 2?
No, not 2, but he did.
Who did 2? Because that's my least favorite artist I've ever seen.
I think it's Miller.
Oh God.
Yeah, I think it should be Frank Miller. Let me see.
Oh God, that is the worst art I have ever seen in my life.
Let's see. Dark Knight Strikes.
Really do the art?
Yeah, I think he did both. He didn't do the colors, but he did the actual artwork for it.
I was about to ask if he did the art for All-Star Batman and Robin, and then I'm like, no. That's fucking
that's
Jim Lee.
Yeah. Let's see.
Because I thought it was just that he became a bad writer. I didn't know he became a bad artist also.
It's so random because like some of his other works around the same time looked decent. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened.
So they collect The Dark Knight Returns, which is widely considered by some, even myself included, the greatest comic book ever made. And he does the art, and it's phenomenal. But the Absolute also covers the sequel, which if you watch our very first or second podcast, we talk about it, is the worst art I've ever seen in a comic book. It's the worst story I've ever read in a comic book, has the worst coloring I've ever seen in a comic book, and it's all collected in one issue. So it's like you go from watching the greatest movie ever to the horrible direct-to-DVD sequel that is just garbage, and you almost wish you hadn't read it because it does take away something from how special The Dark Knight Returns is.
So as far as it goes, writer Frank Miller, artist Frank Miller, colorist is Lynn Varley.
So Frank did the art?
Yes. He did his own
Horrible.
art. Yeah, dude, I don't know what the fuck happened on part 2. I know we've shit on it previously, but yeah, weird.
I'll say to a face, if we ever get Frank Miller as a guest, which we never will.
Dude, if I could talk to Frank Miller for 5 minutes, I think I would have a lot to question to pick his brain.
Yeah, and you love Frank Miller.
Yeah, some of his books are fucking cool. I mean, Dark Knight Returns, Sin City, Daredevil, all good.
Okay, back to what you're saying. So, you read the Earth 1 through 3 Batman, which I've never read. Should I read them?
100%. You
suggested to Sam that he should try it out.
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason to not read them besides, like, you don't have $15 for the first volume. Just...
Jordan never loans comic books out. He's so stingy.
I loaned you 2 books. They've been on the podcast. I loaned you my Absolute.
Never getting my omnibus back, am I?
Dude, I'm so far into it. So that's another book I'm reading. After I finished Earth 1 Batman, I got back into Infinite Crisis.
Which Jordan has been reading since the original podcast.
No, it's like the second one.
Really?
It's been like this is podcast number 8, so we're 2 months into this.
Yes.
Great. It's been great so far. I like all the build up that they had originally, because definitely it's now all coming through. You could see all the mixtures from the different stories finally hitting. It's making more sense now, because you're like, who started the Ran War again with the Thanagarians? Yeah. And it turns out it was the villain of the book, which I'm not going to say just in case people want to read it. But yeah, it's super worth it. You can tell that it's a direct consequence for the 90s.
Yeah.
Because they reference, like, this is the darkest moment in DC, and how could we ever have let this get, like, in this situation? My favorite line so far is Batman calling Superman out. He was like, you haven't been inspirational since the day you died.
I
And you're like,
know.
oh, dude, it's been an awesome ride for Infinite Crisis.
Infinite Crisis, if you're as engrossed in DC as me and Jordan are, is amazing. It's what I imagine people who are as engrossed in DC before experience with Crisis
Yeah.
on Infinite Earths. And the crazy thing is, if you read Crisis on Infinite Earths, some of the good guys in it
Mm-hmm.
are the bad guys in Infinite Crisis, and it's a fucking twist. So that's why I suggested to Jordan to stop reading Infinite Crisis, even though I would like my book back someday. But I suggested he read Crisis on Infinite Earths to get the added context to truly feel the betrayal and the gut punch and the twist.
Dude, when you told me to read it, you basically added a whole another 400 pages to my reading list.
Yes.
I'm about 1,100 pages into the omnibus, which
Plus 400 from Crisis.
plus 400 from Crisis, which I have another 300 remaining.
Yeah.
So
That's not
it
much.
takes time. But yeah, those have been the books I've been reading so far, and there is one more thing I want to pull up just because why the fuck not? This is our podcast.
Yeah, we're in control.
I know I haven't talked about it, but I like to collect Pokemon cards.
Really? I did not know that.
They're
How much
fucking
money do you have? Like, that's so expensive now.
dude, I have a whole like mini binder of it, and maybe I'll post one day like all my good cards. Uh, but I pulled a card that's worth quite a bit. So I don't know if you know much about the Pokemon sets currently.
I don't know much about the card game, but I have played and beat every single game they've ever made. Like every mainline Pokemon game,
Cool, cool,
and I've watched so much of the show.
cool. So as far as the TCG goes, the trading card game, you have a shit ton of expansion sets.
Yeah.
A couple of
And I was
like
a huge card game collector. Like mine was just Yu-Gi-Oh.
yeah, yeah. So you know, there's pricey cards out there, but right now Pokemon's like really blowing the fuck up. Um,
I think a
the
lot of it's TikTok.
it's like Logan Paul, TikTok, things like that have been like just raising the value for everything. Uh, I pulled a card from Champions Path. I actually pulled the best card from Champions Path, which was I believe a 2019 set that came out. You can still find some boxes if you're lucky. I went to a random ass Target. They had just restocked. I had grabbed a Champions Path box, took it home, and pack number one, I pulled fucking Charizard V Max Secret Rare.
Oh my god, that looks fucking amazing.
It is anywhere
How much is it
between
worth?
$200 to $300, non-graded.
Damn. Are you gonna sell it and buy
No,
comics?
maybe. No. So it's 200 to 300 non-graded. Um, I've seen listings for 1,000 when you get it graded with the PSA 10. I don't think I'm gonna sell it. I don't
Yeah.
know if someone gives me an offer and it really seems tempting, maybe. But dude, it's a fucking the great card to pull. It is
You
the
could
best
sell
card in the
it and
set.
buy the box set of Crisis.
I could, but I already have the deluxe edition now.
Yes, like that's true.
So, which I kind of want to get the compendiums, or no, the companions to
My
the deluxe.
Absolute comes with one of the companions. I don't know which one it is though.
I don't know, but there's like three of them, and they're $60 a pop.
Hold on, do that thing you do.
Ooh, you know what? This one will be nice to Jake. Look how gorgeous he is. Look at that young stallion of a man. Look, his back's arched just in the right way. Oh, he's back. Shh! Don't tell him.
It comes with It just says Crisis on Infinite Earths, the compendium.
It's probably because they put more into the main crisis. You know what? No, it's only 1 through 12, right?
Yeah.
Huh.
Just the compendium looks like this.
I wonder if it's like the
It has,
Superboy
like,
Prime ones.
It has like notes on the back.
Oh, that's cool.
Um, it says how the changes came about was a long, arduous process when Marv Wolfman conceived of a 50th anniversary event that would help clean the convoluted continuity. It took some coaxing to get everyone to participate. Printed for the first time, you can see the evolution occur through a series of memos. Additionally, the Crisis on Infinite Earths and its crossover issues have been meticulously indexed. Oh, so it's just like it's like scripts and things like that. Like, so I don't think this is the actual compendium. It's Anatomy of Crisis, an inside look from birth through plotting, issue, Crisis Index, issue by issue, Crisis crossovers, issue by issue, post-Crisis events, a look at the new DC universe, Crisis Aftermath stories, the Legion and Crisis, and Crisis 20 years later. So I think it's just like I
Okay.
think it's like director's commentary. It's like
Scripts, yeah.
it's shit like this, which I will never probably ever read.
I mean, they're cool to have. I like stuff like that for like coffee table books,
Yeah.
which just to say because you showed a picture of it, uh, to those who think comics are super basic and easy to do, there's a lot of fucking work put into them.
It is, yeah, it
As
is harder than writing any other script.
Yeah, as he just showed, that's just a script, and it's most likely only for 1 page to half a page of work. As far as like the final comic book,
Yeah.
there are people like fucking Alan Moore who writes books, and then it gets converted into a comic because he'll write down every detail of what needs to be on the page at what angles and.
You have to, because you have to think, if you're directing a movie or a TV show,
Mm-hmm.
they can you can say what they do and just tell people what they do, but you're sending this off to an artist, so
Mm-hmm.
an artist needs to know what every single shot or every single square looks like, what's happening, what,
Mm-hmm.
why, every little fucking detail, because once they do the art, it's too late to redo it.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, it's cool. That's pretty awesome to have a little compendium to go along with it. I'm curious myself for what material they're collecting for compendiums 1, 2, and 3. Like I was saying, they're like $60 each though, and it's probably just side stories that not everyone would be even interested in the first place.
um so you're not going to get the compendiums, or you are?
That's something that I have to debate because it is a lot of material, and it's like $180 to buy all three. But if I sell the card,
Right, when Charizard,
1 Charizard, 3 compendiums.
and this omnibus is coming out so that you have to get like this month. Fucking the Justice League 52 comes out.
Oh, it does come out this month.
Yeah,
Fuck me, man. See, in my head, all I was thinking was like, for the remainder of the year, I need to buy No Man's Land
yeah.
and now
Snyder 2.
Snyder 2.
I have No Man's Land, Snyder 2, Green Arrow 2, and possibly Justice League. If that, and those would be my four.
Shit, dude. But we couldn't have picked a cheaper hobby to do.
I know we could. Why can't we just read regular comic books? Why is it got to be omnibuses?
Dude, regular comic books are almost just as expensive.
Yeah, they add up, dude. You tell yourself, oh, it's just a deluxe edition or it's just a trade, you know?
Yeah. No, but I'm talking about like individual issues.
Oh, individual issues is, I think, far more expensive.
Dude, $4 either every 2 weeks or every month.
Yeah,
Oh my god, per issue?
yeah.
Shit, that's
And on top of that, there's
quick.
ads, which just make me feel like, which break the
Oh,
immersion of the story.
it's been so long since I've seen an ad in comics.
Yeah, it would just be jarring.
Yeah, my God, I was reading comics and they were doing the Snickers ad.
Oh,
So
where it's drawn like a comic book page, so it's like you're reading a Superman comic, and out of nowhere, like it's not
Doomsday
like the
shows
whole,
up.
yeah, Doomsday shows up and he's beating the fuck out of everyone. You're just like,
What
huh?
the
Like where?
fuck?
Like you're like what? And then at the very end, it's like some little girl eating a Snickers, and she's like, "Sorry, I'm not me when I'm hungry."
No, dude, it's like normally it's like Wonder Woman, and you're like,
Oh yeah,
what
yeah.
does
It's
this
like
mean?
feels super sexist.
So yeah, like just super randomly, there's just that page, and I would get thrown the fuck off, and then I go, oh, it's the fucking Snickers ad.
Like I don't mind if I'm like reading a Batman comic book and then they throw in an ad for an upcoming Batman movie or something, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
live action or some shit, because you're like, oh, that's an ad. And they also, like, I also wouldn't mind if the ads were their own individual page so you could take them out. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I get it, you got me to see it once,
Yeah,
but they print them on the different sides of the actual pages so you can't take
you
them
can't
out.
remove it. Which I think that like it's a little weird. I know we've never talked about this, but people that create their own collected editions,
Yeah,
I think there's a little bit of the nuance though of having some of the old ads in there, because then you could look back and be like, oh, look
yeah.
at.
Like you look at like the commercial, like the comic books that Jan got us, that gave
Mm-hmm.
us,
Mm-hmm.
and like the ads are, or like my original fucking run, like first edition run of Animal Man in single issues,
Mm-hmm.
they're encapsulations of the time. So maybe it just takes time. Maybe in 10 years, looking back at these ones
Yeah.
that we own now, it'll be
Maybe you'll be like,
cool.
oh, look, remember that? But
Yeah.
when you've seen the same stupid fucking Snickers ad at
Yeah,
least like 2 to 3 times per issue, and you're reading like 5 issues, it gets a little annoying.
yeah, and
Just a
like
little.
because I'm the kind of person that I will pay $1 or $2 or whatever for a TV episode and
Mm,
wait an extra day versus having to watch it with ads because it breaks the immersion for me.
yeah.
Like, like you look at something like Game of Thrones. Imagine if there had been commercials halfway through.
Oh my goodness, that would be annoying.
Um, yeah, dude, I just can't do fucking commercials. And maybe that makes me sound like fucking jaded or whatever, but I want to remember that this is art and not like a way of being sold to. Like I've
Hmm.
already given you money. Why are you treating me like a product?
I mean, I guess it's just like cable. You're paying
Yeah.
a shit ton in order to get access to it, and then they go, and now here's hundreds of ads that you'll
Yeah.
watch. So,
Yeah. Speaking of which, on streaming, the top two shows on Netflix right now, number one and number two, are both DC properties.
wow, what are they?
Number two is Lucifer, which I demolished and devoured. I love Lucifer.
Hmm.
Tom Ellis, the actor that plays Lucifer, is one of the three boys that made me realize I'm a little gay.
Oh, just a little
You
bit.
got Robert Pattinson, Tom Ellis, and
And Jordan Perez.
Harry Styles.
Oh, I thought I was number one.
I'm into British boys. You have the hair of a boy that I would like, but 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 you're
But
not pale enough.
but I was gonna say, but the skin tone's too dark.
Yes,
You fuck.
Cerullo.
I'm hurt.
Was that a good Spanish word, Cerullo?
Dude. I don't even know what word you're trying to say.
That's from that one Spanish song where the guy has like five kids and
Oh, you're so
four
stupid.
of them are light and one of them is dark, and he tells his wife like that one's not mine, and then the wife's like that's
She's
the
like,
only one that's yours.
yeah, dude. I need. I think we should have a segment where you explain Spanish songs.
Okay, next week we'll do La Vaca.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, we'll do it.
All right.
It'll be Jake's little Spanish sec.
I'll uh, I'll have the lyrics for you written out somewhere, and then I'll have like a little translation to roughly what they mean, and
We'll do it big.
you could explain it.
Um,
So fucking lame, I
the
swear.
number one rated show on Netflix is also a DC property, and it is produced by Robert Downey Jr. and his wife, and it is Sweet Tooth by fuck, who's that comic book writer? His initials
Jason
are
Lemire.
JL. No, Jason Lemire.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying JL. I knew that.
Justice League.
But Sweet Tooth is a post-apocalyptic story that they made super COVID, I think, to make it fit. Where a virus wipes out a lot of humanity, but at the same time, half animal, half humans are born,
Yeah.
and it is super fucking good. I've watched the first two episodes so far.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, I don't ever choose comics over TV over comics, but I've been watching that lately.
Yeah.
Also watched Bo Burnham's comedy special. It was super good.
Does he have another comedy special?
It just came out. It's called Inside,
I'm gonna have
and
to
it
watch
is
it.
phenomenal. He did 8 months in a single room with no audience and just him and his camera. And I think my favorite song he does is White Woman's Instagram.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Bo Burnham is fantastic.
I will probably be watching that later this week. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it gets dark though, dude.
I mean, some of his stuff always gets a little dark.
Yeah, it's good.
Cool. Well, I think that's gonna wrap up this week's episode.
Okay. Thank you so much for watching, guys.
We always appreciate your guys' 6 minutes of attention that we get each week.
Right? My question is, do people watch just the first 6 minutes, or do they randomly pick halfway through and watch 6 minutes? Because that's
You
like
know-
the meat and potatoes.
That's a good question because I've seen the analytics and we have random spikes like at weird intervals of the video. Like, is there certain scenes that seem more intriguing, or do you?
Should I start being like, should I be like, ah?
Yeah, like, do we need to start moving around more? Like,
Yeah, would you still?
I wonder if that changes like what part they're clicking on. I have no idea. It's weird.
Let's experiment. Yeah.
Listen, I have a degree in psychology. This is my area of expertise. I'm ready to do experiments.
Hell yeah.
I'll run a fucking chi-square test. I'll run
He's
an
gonna start
ANOVA
ringing a
test.
bell and make me do things.
Yeah.
Every time I get up, he'll ring a bell, and then he'll just ring the bell, and I'll just get up.
Yes, and then I could talk more shit about you. I mean,
Yeah.
just kidding. What? But yeah, thank you guys for listening in on this week's podcast, and don't forget
Thank you
to
guys.
like, subscribe, and Jake, you want to say it?
No, you this time.
Oh, I don't want to be that gross. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button, or was it smash the like button?
You fucked it up. But
I
smash both those buttons. Smash all of our buttons.
ooh, smash us.
Yes.
I don't think Israel's gonna appreciate that joke.
No, smash our buttons, not you
Oh,
pervert.
right.
If any of our fans want to smash me, I am single
Yeah. Hey, put in the
and
comments.
deeply depressed.
Yeah,
That's hot.
fucking white, depressed,
Yeah.
single. He's a
In this life of
catch.
what in this life of privilege, what do I have to actually be depressed for?
Lo-
But I still find a way.
loves comic books. Spends a
Yeah.
little too much on comic books. He's a fucking catch, ladies
I
and
am a
gentlemen.
catch.
Tom Ellis.
I want Harry Styles or Robert Pattinson more, but Tom Ellis is number 3.
Wow. Now he's never gonna reach out to you.
I know. I'm sorry, Tom Ellis.
All
Okay.
right, guys.
Bye,
Thank you.
guys.
Have a good one.